Hi, my name is Izzey from Royalton Music Center. Congratulations! We are so excited that you are joining orchestra this year. Making music is amazing! Let's talk about how to care for your new string instrument. The information in this video will go over all of the necessary steps to taking good care of the cello or the bass. When you got your new instrument from Royalton Music Center, you should have also received some important care supplies. The first one is this green piece of paper. This goes over everything you need to know about how to care for your cello or your bass. You should have also received a care kit that looks like this. This has all of the necessary tools needed to take great care of your instrument. The first thing to remember about playing the cello or the bass is that you use your hands to play, so it's important to wash your hands before every time you practice. Once you have clean hands, you can take your instrument out of its case and you'll find the cello and its bow, or the bass and its bow. Let's talk about the bow first. This white hair on your bow comes from the tail of a horse. So cool, right? Well, horse hair is a lot like our hair. If we touch our own hair a lot, it gets kind of greasy and dirty, right? The same thing goes for your bow hair. You don't want to touch the bow hair even if it seems super cool. Instead, we are going to put this little block of rosin on our bow hair. Rosin is made out of hardened tree sap, and it is what we use to make sure that the bow hair is sticking to our strings. So first, let's turn this tiny screw on the bottom of your bow a few times to the right, and you'll see that the hair is getting tighter, so righty-tighty. Now you don't want to tighten your bow hair as high as it can go because then it'll be too tight. So your teacher will go over it with you, but you want to have about a pinky's length of space between the middle. Then you'll take your rosin and you'll just rub it on the bow hair a few times up and down, just so you have enough to get a great sound when you put it on your strings. So once you have enough, be sure to always put your rosin right back in its little holder. Rosin is really fragile and it breaks really easily, so just make sure to always put it away. Next, once your bow is ready, you can get your cello or your bass ready to go. At the bottom of the instrument, you have what's called an end pin, and this is what's going to hold the instrument in place when you set it on the floor. So you'll extend it out just a little bit, and you'll be sitting down when you're playing, so you'll know exactly how high or low you need it to be. It's different for every player. So once you have those things ready, it'll be time to get your instrument tuned by your teacher, so you don't have to worry about using your fine tuners or your pegs up here. Your teacher will take care of it for you. After you have an awesome orchestra rehearsal, it's time to put your instrument away. So you'll put your end pin back in and you'll be sure to screw it in place so it doesn't fall out. You'll set your cello back in its case, and you'll loosen up your bow hair by turning the screw lefty-loosey, just like this. And again, you don't want to loosen your bow hair all the way, just enough to where you start to see the hairs get loose. After you're done playing, you can use your polishing cloth that's in your care kit to wipe any rosin off of your strings and also any fingerprints that you got on your instrument. Any dust, anything. Now there's one more kind of silly tool, but it has a very important job. In your care kit, you receive this long wiggly green thing. This wiggly green thing is called a humidifier, and it is so important to use it all year round. If you look inside, it has a tiny yellow sponge in the middle, and we want to get that sponge wet. So you can do this in a sink, you can do it in the water fountain, it doesn't much matter. Just get the whole sponge wet and then wring it out nice and tight so it's not dripping, and you will put it inside of your instrument through one of these F-holes. So it will just go right into the instrument directly. It'll fit right inside. You'll leave it in there whenever you're not playing. If you ever notice that it is getting dry, you just need to re-wet it. You'll obviously take it out before you start to play as well. And that is how to care for your cello or your bass. Another thing to remember is to never let your instrument get wet. If it does, set it in its case and let it air dry overnight in a safe place. Now let's hear how the cello and the bass sound. To play your cello, you can use your finger to strum, or you can use your bow. You can play your upright bass using your finger like this, or using a bow. You hold your bow in front of the bass like so, and you play like this. Wow, that's a lot of information. Not to worry though, you can always watch this video again if you ever need a review on how to care for your instrument. If you have questions that were not answered in this video, come on in. Anybody at Royalton Music Center would be very happy to help you. Have a great day and happy music making!